and the first day of the second half of 2021. Grant Boone, Judy Rankin watching Emma Talley safe par at the 17th this morning. And this was for birdie at the 6th, the par 5. Began on the 10th hole. Really began to turn it on. And how about Jin Young Ko? First tournament, Judy, that she's not number one in a couple of years.
So you wonder how that will affect her. I think it won't affect her at all.
8 under par, and the lead at the moment. Matilda Castron just won at Lake Merced, the Mediheal Championship. Gave Finland. She would tap that in to get to 5 under par. The 22-year-old from Germany, Esther Henseleit, coming off a top 15 finish. A tie for 15th at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship.
Yeah, beautiful shot at the par 3.
Her approach at the par 4 10th.
Little slope in the green from the left to the right where the hole is located, and almost played the break perfectly.
A typical July day. Morgan Pressel watching Anna Nordquist.
Yeah, she ran her first putt a good bit by. It's so fast from left side of the green to the right.
To the 11th and 1 Florida State Seminole looking at another. Karen?
Well, absolutely. Always a proud moment when you see a fellow Nole go out and do well. And Morgan, that looked like a great shot.
Yeah, she's showing off some of that incredible play like we saw at the Mediheal. Her ball striking is impeccable.
And this is Matilda Castron for her birdie, Morgan.
Yeah, this is the part of her game that she's been working with the most with her coach, Chris Mason. Oh, just for the 6th birdie of the day, almost.
Difficult making a transition from when you win in Lake Merced, come in here, completely different style of golf course, completely different greens and grass.
She has one of the better golf swings I have ever seen.
Is she going to prove you right here?
Close to right.
Hyoju Kim for birdie. She won in Singapore back in May. Defeated Hannah Green by a shot.
We're going to go to the 11th, and this is Anna Nordquist.
Anna going with 7-iron here. I will say, it just feels so strange being on this tee without the wind howling off the lake. It's just bizarre. Well, it's so hot, too.
Well, last year, too, Morgan, with that cold temperature, my goodness. Nordquist after that lovely iron shot for her birdie.
Could not leave it in a better location.
Way to go, way to take advantage of that tee shot. Gets her back to even par for the day.
All right, Karen, this is Kristen, right?
This is Kristen,
yeah.
Although, I mean, you put the two of them together and it's really hard to figure it out. Obviously hasn't got off to the best of starts. Had the double bogey on the 4th and followed up with a bogey on the 5th. So she's trying to get things back on track.
Yes, she did, playing in the final grouping on Saturday, and it looked like she was getting lapped, fought back very admirably. That was a nice little wedge from 119.
Yeah, good shot.
A little bit of a sloppy bogey at the previous. That'll get you kicking yourself there.
A great airport that'll take you nonstop almost any place in the world.
When it's not storming.
I didn't say how quickly they would take you, but they take you. And that she went toe-to-toe with her.
Mariah Stackhouse at the 10th.
Third round, and then to fight back, keep believing that you belonged in that position. Really trying to lean on an 8-iron there, and I think she did. This has some promise.
Oh, beautiful golf shot there.
Bevy of really good players, both men and women.
11.
Birdie 8 for her birdie. Nicely done.
The group was told, walking off the 9th hole, that the group in front was given a warning, but they have yet to be out of position today.
Well, she made a quick decision there, and she hit a very good shot.
I spoke to her coach, Jorge Parada, to help eliminate face rotation through the ball.
Oh. It didn't look like it was going in.
And this is Dana Finkelstein trying to clean up for her par. She did have one eagle already today. She had that on the 5th, so she's cruising along quite nicely.
Anna also going with pitching wedge from 125 yards. This on a good line needs maybe a slight bounce right. Yeah, this putt gonna be quick. Same line as Matilda was putting on, so she should have gotten a good read. Played a little bit too much break there, looked like.
Now, Anna can step across a line more than most.
You think being near 6 feet tall?
Well, the stride, yeah.
When Lee Six holds her finish the entire time, you know she hit her line and hit a good putt. She usually holds it for a moment and then brings it back when she didn't, but there you go.
Caddy was shaded by the umbrella. We were shaded to see that, but you could tell from the way her head reacted that she liked.
Talked about her toy.
Nicely done.
Yeah, I would keep it.
I mean, the putting performance that she put on last week, that is for sure. But she really does love, you know, to get involved.
That she's working on when we get back to her. Here's Mariah.
Just leaving it nicely below the hole there. That'll give her a good look. This is the 11th now. Stackhouse, after that tremendous shot, just below the hole, making it for a birdie.
Statistically, putting is the worst part of her game.
Par 5-13. This is Esther Henseleit in her 3rd shot. Do have to be quite precise with that back left hole location. Going over the green is not a bargain.
That's good.
Nicely below the hole there, Judy. Give her a great opportunity. And this is Esther Henseleit for her birdie. Back up the hill. And just, I don't believe that was the purest of strokes there, Judy. The ball didn't roll as pure as you'd expect.
There is a certain kind of overspin that you can't always quantify, but...
And a wedge.
Go.
And coincided with her starting to play some good golf.
She said that tournament brought back just so many good memories, and it was kind of a reset button for her.
I'm sure you all have said it while I was away, but when she won at Kingsmill, she decided she was overthinking things, and she won at Kingsmill.
Picked it cleanly, really good line, just left of the hole.
The 12th from Lee Six for another birdie.
It's a gimme.
Back-to-back birdies, her 4th of the day.
It's just absolute, I mean, a heroic effort not to engage in some hyperbole on behalf of the superintendent and everybody to get this course playable, not only playable, but challenging.
Well, and if you're gonna play professional golf, you're gonna play a lot of golf courses. You're gonna deal with what Mother Nature does periodically.
Well,
So close to a good putt.
first blemish of the day.
She's just outside the area where you can lift clean in place, just being just in the rough, but the lie is fine. It's on a good line, needs to get up a touch. Beautiful.
That was well judged. I mean, even though the rough isn't that bad here, Morgan, it still has the potential to maybe catch a little jumpy one.
And it really just helps generate a straight back, straight through stroke.
Yeah, the more the putter shaft gets perpendicular to the ground, and that is with your hands raised higher.
I think it especially affects pace of play if you miss a shot by a long way, but a lot of players out here don't do that too often.
That is for sure.
Relatively straightforward par putt on the last hole. Wants to get back on the birdie train here.
Oh, as a painful one there, but you're right, Morgan. I mean, you want to bounce back pretty quickly, and especially if you have a par 5 next, it's always a good opportunity.
Yeah, but we have par 5s, Karen, and we have par 5.
For a player who isn't fully exempt on this tour, but has some status like Paula, walking it in. Your top 10 gets you into the next week if you're a member.
It's amazing what one good week, what it can do for you.
So now for bogey. That's a disappointing bogey for Anna on a hole that most of the time she would eat for lunch, but double bogey there. Still been able to get good results. Alvin Valenzuela on the 15th. Trying to get it back nearer even par, maybe in red figures for the day. And this is Finkelstein trying to save par over the back of the green in 2. Chip to here. Thank you very much. Nice and steady golf there for Dana Finkelstein on this tougher back 9.
She's always been a great ball striker, but her putting has let her down at times. But she's always a very positive player. She fist pumps a lot.
Yes.
She tries to really stay in it, and I think she's got a great attitude on the golf course. Another really solid ball striker, working really, really hard on her putting. See if she can save par here. Yes, well done.
Well, Grant, you're right about that being a big summer, and if you're not familiar with it in the Olympic years, there's a lot of shifting.
Tokyo. Celine Boutier.
Very slow birdie effort here. Oh.
Her parents are Thai. She was born in France, makes her home now in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And Judy, that Texas Women's Open used to be, before your time, an LPGA Tour event. It was a match play event. Babe Zaharias, among others. Well, she won everything, so.
You know, I have to say, I have known so many of the greats and the early players.
We'll tell you, it was definitely a factor, and she's got to be a little fatigued today.
I think that Lizette has a very short, compact golf swing. And she looks to me today to be just a little bit shorter. And, you know, if that's the case, it's a timing factor.
Tilda Castron aren't eligible. 15.
Norquist draining that one for her birdie there at the 15th. And Morgan looks like she's starting to get on a bit of a roll. Castron to save her par.
Grant, you mentioned she's not eligible to be in the Solheim Cup. She has to win an LET or an co-sanctioned event, and she's entered in 3. The AIG Women's Open, the Scottish Open, and the Evian Championship. So she'd have to win one of those in order to make the European Solheim Cup team.
17th, and this par 5 playing 477 today, and this is Nana's 3rd shot. Just had a birdie at the 16th, so she's going along quite nicely and is definitely, I mean, we talked about the Solheim Cup. So Dana Finkelstein did make her par. Now this for a birdie. Back to back for Nana Kurtz-Madsen. She's currently at 4 under par.
And she has not played particularly well of late, so this is good news for her.
Beauty. She does it momentarily when she doesn't hit her best putt. If she withdraws the putter back after the finish, she usually misses.
That's a good example of it there. So first round of the Volunteers of America Classic underway. I mean, Jerry, you're right. I mean, it is really quite remarkable how good this golf course is coming through everything that it has been through. And the grass, you can see it really starting to come back. And obviously with this heat, the humidity, it's got to love to grow, right?
I think the heat is one reason that they can't get the greens a lot quicker, because you would have to be a little bit careful.
It's a tough putt to actually read any break in. You might want to fall a little bit left, but it's a tough read.
She's bilingual. Read it perfectly. The Spaniard, they had the late entry option. Aria and Moria Chitanagarn did that at Kingsmill, and Moria nearly won. 17.
This is Jenny Coleman's third shot. Obviously not giving it a go in 2, but she's going to have a good chance there for her birdie. Making cups become comfortable. Being in the top 30 then becomes comfortable. And then same with the top 10s. And that seemed to be a very comfortable birdie there.
Whitney Lang in the field, Stacey Lewis among others. 17.
You can see Esther Henseleit there playing her third from over the back of the green. Oh my goodness. Well, it had to hit the flag, otherwise I think it was going off the front edge of the green.
2 easies. We go back to 15, and do not adjust your set, Karen, here.
No, I mean, we've just seen Jenny Coleman. This is Kristen Coleman, twin sister, playing the 15th, just a few holes behind, and must be quite nice for her to have the opportunity to play in a tournament with her sister, as opposed to being on the sidelines watching, as we've seen so often.
Step out of line there, 15.
And this Kristen Coleman for her birdie, and nicely done. It's been a bit of a struggle for Kristen today, but any shot she can pick up will be greatly appreciated for her.
Dana Finkelstein, one of the straightest hitters on the LPGA Tour. She's all the way down to 3rd in the rankings this year, Judy. 84% fairways hit this year.
Makes the game a lot easier, even though you are not real long and you might be a little farther back when you're playing from the short grass.
Dana Finkelstein for birdie at 18.
I can say playing really poorly is exhausting also.
Well, in a different way, right?
Yes.
Yeah. 28-year-old from Chandler, Arizona, Dana Finkelstein, best career finish. Birdie putt from just off the green for Boutier at 16.
Yeah, but was still able to lift clean and place it in a perfect position. Not a bad effort.
And they're going to play the ball up, lift clean, and place preferred lies, if you prefer.
Yeah, just with a wedge here from 80 yards. Want to stay just left of this whole location.
Yeah, there's a little slope behind that flag that she was hoping to maybe get a bit more spin on and get that coming back down towards the hole. Now, Matilda Castron for her birdie.
And not a lot of break in this putt.
A little bit of a penalty there, Morgan, that she paid for going into the rough off the tee shot.
Yeah, especially on the whole location today. It's such a birdie hole. These par 5s out here, you want to take advantage of them.
Grew up in Switzerland, lives in the Bahamas now. Salas for par at 16. Tank's got to be close to empty, doesn't it, Judy, after the grind?
I think it's very difficult.
She's a player on the rise, Judy. Around top 50 in the world ranks, the 3rd at the A&A Inspiration, a tie for 15th last week at the KPMG. Esther Henseleit 2nd. She's 3 off the lead, tied for 5th. And maybe going to be a little bit better here in a minute.
Well, more than I saw, more than she saw.
Judy, just 22 years old, coming off a tie for 15th at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship.
And the front entrance of the green very narrow. This breaking just a little bit right to left.
They talk about those Spanish hands, don't they? We saw that with John Rahm at the US Open at Torrey Pines, being able to get up and down from a crazy spot in the left bunker there on 18. So
After the footsteps of her father, who I also knew, good man.
Yeah. This is Jenny Coleman at the 18th.
Yes.
Did she?
Yes.
It's just been an incredible breakout year for Jenny Coleman. That early third-place finish makes her home here. Grew up in the McKinney, Texas area, which is over by TPC Craig Ranch, where the PGA Tour's Byron Nelson was played.
Third shot underway, Jerry.
Just clipped it nicely from 54 yards. Ooh, that thing stuck. Oh, and then to completely change. She's never played a center shafted putter before, and to do so well with it, because it's a completely different feel.
It makes you wonder why. Why up until now? Because this is quite the turnaround for her with that club.
That for birdie as we go to 17.
And this is Jong-un Lee 6 for a birdie, Jerry.
Played a nice little pitch from well right of the green to there. Oh, I love that early walk step.
I mean, that was ridiculously good, because where she left her shot, I didn't think she had much of a chance.
It's only about 2 or 3 paces from the back edge on the left side, and everything past the hole slopes way down into a collection area. It didn't seem to faze Matilda.
Excellent shot.
And this one here is a downhill slider. Should break pretty good left to right. All about seeing the ball go in on the left side.
Matilda Castron. Birdie, birdie, birdie. To the 18th, and Anna Nordquist just got married earlier this year. She and Kevin McAlpine, caddy. Her caddy. Longtime caddy out here and elsewhere.
Boy, it started to dive to the left early, put a little spin on it, and that's how you get that horseshoe.
They have the horrible horseshoe over at Colonial, not too far from here. You can get over your skis here in a hurry, like at 18. And Saganda.
She had a terrible lie off the tee. Ball out of the bunker, feet in the bunker. But you know what? That's going to be a pretty good save for par if she can knock that one in.
Judy, she's closing in on 200 career starts on the LPGA Tour. 2 wins, the last of which were 2016. Karen, 14 years old. What were you doing at 14? Playing in LPGA Tour events?
No, Avery's definitely got it going on. I mean, what a great looking swing too, and a great looking shot. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. I mean, this is great experience for her. She did have 2 gloves on. Both of the gloves have come off for the putting, flag in, and very nicely done.
She is kind of a fighter. The gloves are off. Jong-un Lee 6 at 18.
Little 8-iron here, small one from 146, and she is posing.
Jong-un Lee 6 for birdie at a 64. She's putted great this year as she tries to incorporate some swing changes.
And this is the 17th, and Kristen Coleman for her birdie, and finishing that one off quite nicely. Gets her to 3 over, but making a nice little comeback on 15 and 16.
Up the hill, turning a little right.
Yeah, that's the angle. I thought the player that I called earlier that actually had such a left to right turn.
Who finished second to Zweig in the junior qualifier, Karen.
Well, Farrah O'Keefe, I mean, she's a quality player. She's 16 years old from Austin, and there is a junior tour here in Texas that she has a scoring average of 75 on, so going along rather nicely today at 1 under par.
Crazy young age.
Yeah, well, if memory serves me right, she qualified for the U.S. Open when she was 12.
She did.
This is Min So Kwak trying to make a little something happen on the last hole of the day. And she does. Nicely done. Player with a nice opportunity here too to do something, but even par.
par for Mariah Stackhouse. Tough finish. There's 1 under with 6 holes to play, but 3 bogeys and a double. Birdied 16 and 17.
Well, she's not a physically strong player, but she is a really good player, and she's played a lot of good.
Not that I went over there to read it.
Triple coupon finish.
Oh, that's just mean. Now she's doing a little cleanup on aisle 5. Couldn't help it.
You're good, Jerry.
A little quick one down the hill, Morgan.
Yeah, a little bit quick, breaking to the left, just a little bit of youth nerves there, giving it a good run.
Let's see if she can do her own little bit of cleanup. And oh my goodness, you know, she did all the hard work. She had fun with it. She was going for the eagle.
Up and over the little knoll in the green, then downhill turning left. She did not like that. Well, you can see a lot from up here.
Now you know how Ryan Swank and Jim Boring, our crane operators, crane cam operators, feel.
This is O'Keefe, another amateur in the field. We've just been watching Avery on the 18th, and that was nicely done there.
Pre-shot routine.
Yeah, the full swing for the practice.
This on a good line, just a little bit right.
Judy.
It's a beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
Did Morgan say she had some swagger?
Yeah, I think that might be 4 feet.
Little flair for the dramatic.
She is just soaking in this experience and clearly playing some great golf as well. Oh, that's such a bummer.
Lip outs at 17 and 18. You go out in the morning, shoot something 1 or 2 under par, you never know. (17).
This is Elin Arvidsson. She is from Sweden and plays on the Symetra Tour a little bit, so getting an opportunity to play out here.
Kind of fun to have someone else to play for, you know, the kids cheering her on, her students, you know.
Yeah, sure it is. You get. I have a few teachers, coaches that have been in that are in my family. They're not coaching anymore, but they get pretty attached to their students.
Yeah.
And they sometimes have a hard time because they don't want to leave. But then you turn around one day and then those students left. A little right to left.
Got that up and down.
Beautiful.